Hi, Vicki Vidalia here. Welcome to my channel. I've been gone for a little bit. I became a flight attendant this year, as I talked about in my video. And so I've been flying all over the place and I didn't have a lot of time to cook. So now I'm back to cooking because I think I have a little bit of a control on my schedule, sort of. So when I'm home, I'm cooking and I'm actually making a lot of leftovers to bring on the aircraft with me so that I eat healthier. So I love Dr. Kelly Brogan. She has been my inspiration for years, and she follows the Weston Price diet, which is something I have been feeding my family for years since they were little. And I kind of got off track a little bit with my diet, and now I'm back on. And I wanted to really focus on healthier eating that are easy, quick meals. This comes right out of Dr. Kelly Brogan's book, and it's chicken curry. And I've never made it before, but it looks really easy, so we can make it together. So I went ahead and I cut up my chicken into cubes, and the chicken I like is like Amish chicken, or if you can get it, any kind of organic chicken. All chicken has to be, can't have antibodies in it in the United States. So when you see that on the chicken, it doesn't mean it's healthy. It's if you can afford to go a little bit further and get organic, or chickens that have been allowed to roam free in the pasture, then you're eating a healthier meat. It's like putting good gas in your car as opposed to toxic gas in your car. So anyway, enough about that. So I'm gonna use ghee as my base. Ghee is a really great clarified butter. This fat is so good for you. So I'm gonna put in about 2 tablespoons. And then I'm gonna cook the chicken for 8 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna brown it, and then I'm gonna take it out and then cook the rest of the meal. I'll go ahead and do that. One of my secrets, and I've talked about this, and I'm sorry about the sound, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep cooking while it sautés. One of the secrets is that I always double my recipes, and I've talked about this in my other videos because I really love leftovers and I don't want to cook every night. So a little effort, a little bit extra effort by doubling your recipe is gonna go a long way. Now I'm gonna cut up some onion. I'm gonna put them in larger chunks. And I'm not gonna put them in the pan yet. And remember, if you just keep the root on, it helps with the tears, keeps it like that juice or the gas or whatever it is from escaping. I don't even know what it is, but all I know is it drives me crazy when my eyes tear from onion, which they do. Some people wear goggles, which let me tell you. So I'm just making some slices, and then I'm just gonna make big chunks. Super easy. It calls for 1 medium onion. I'm doubling the recipes, so of course I'm doing 2. Get those away from me for a moment. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, every time I say that secret about the root, it makes me cry. So maybe that's not even true. So now I'm going to take 2 zucchinis. This is a package of organic zucchini. I buy these at Aldi. They are such a great price. And organic is, if you can afford it, and a lot of times it's not that much more expensive, like maybe 20 cents, or especially if it's in season. And then, you know, the other thing is to, you know, it's just becoming summer here in Chicago. So all the farmers markets are opening up, and I love to find, now I don't know why they need to put stickers on these when it's in a package. That just makes no sense to me. What a waste. Now, they say you can actually eat the stickers, but I'm not going to eat the stickers. No, I don't know. I don't know why I would do that. So I'm not going to do it. And I don't even know who said that. A friend of mine told me that they're edible. And I'm like, whatever. I'm not doing it. It's not that I don't believe her. I just don't want to eat sticker. You know, that doesn't seem healthy. Talk about doing healthy dinners and eat stickers. I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to make... let me just check the recipe real quick. Okay, Dr. Brogan, what am I doing? I am thickly slicing these, so that's easy. Now I always cut anything in half, make a flat end, put it on the cutting board, and then you have a better chance of not cutting your fingers off, which I think is really important. So I'm just gonna thickly slice these. Okay. Put that with my onion. Well, that's way over on the other side of the counter. Yep, that's how we roll. And I hope I'm doing this right. There's no photo. I love photos when I'm doing cooking because then I can see exactly what they're talking about. But it's just thickly sliced, so that's what I'm doing. Still trying to recover from that onion. I'm just gonna add a little bit of salt to my chicken and then stir it around. This is a salt from Africa, and it's desert salt. I really like Celtic sea salt, but I wanted to try this, so hopefully it's good. I thought it was really interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna stir my chicken. You want to brown it, so I'm gonna go ahead and, oh, it smells really good. And you want to have your chicken, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, on a medium-high heat, so it browns. And we've probably got about 4 minutes left. We want like 8 to 10 minutes on that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and slice up this other zucchini. You know, one of the things I love about the recipes that Kelly Brogan presents is that it's all whole food. So it goes back to the basics. And if you're a vegetarian, my series of cooking will always most likely have meat in it, but she does have some suggestions for vegetarian food as well. My body really craves protein, and I just feel better when I eat protein. But everybody's different, and every culture is different. So depending on what your ancestors ate, if they ate meat, your body most likely wants meat. So really that simple. Okay, so as soon as my chicken's done, then we can start to add some of the spices. It does call for garlic. Today I'm gonna use this organic, already minced garlic, just because I have some place to be tonight and I wanna get this made. And then once it's done, I'm gonna put this in ball jars, the mason jars, and I just store it in the refrigerator, and I literally just eat this 2 or 3 times a week. And then whatever I made yesterday, or sometimes I make 2 or 3 meals in a day, I'll just put it in this. So I don't use the microwave, but I put it back in a pan, heat it up, and then I'm good to go. And it's healthy, and it's easy, and it's delicious. And yes, it's a little bit of work tonight, but I've got meals for 2 or 3 days. So for me, that's the secret. So I'm gonna let this cook. I'll be right back and we'll finish up. Okay, thanks. Okay, welcome back. The chicken's been sauteing for about 8 minutes. It's ready. I'm gonna do a little secret. I like to season my chicken, even though it doesn't call for it till the very end. And I picked up this, it's called Curry Mayo Blend. It's from St. Martin. They have amazing spices on that island. And we took a cruise a while back, and I go, one of my favorite things to do is just go into grocery stores and go to spice markets. And so anyways, I'm gonna sprinkle this on. I'm gonna use regular curry, but I'm dying to try this. I smelled it, and I think it's gonna add a lot of flavor, hopefully. But I'm not saying if you have this at home, you might be able to find it in the grocery store, but it's called Lazy Lizard. And I just wanna try it. But otherwise, just regular curry is fine. Okay, so I'm gonna just sprinkle that on, just to add a little punch. And then I'm gonna take the chicken out. You wanna leave what juice is left in there to saute your vegetables. Okay, so I'm gonna take this out. My husband works in Rolling Meadows, and right by his office is an Amish grocery store. And I go to see him for lunch, but really I'm going to the grocery store. He's like, do you want to go to the grocery store? Like, he knows. I love this place. They have the most beautiful eggs. And so if you live in Rolling Meadows, you got to check out the little Amish grocery store. Can't remember the name of it. Okay, so now I'm going to put in my zucchini and my really toxic make you cry onions. And we're going to saute that for about 5 minutes. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of curry. Since we are doubling the recipe, I'm going to do 4. And this is a curry. There's a grocery, little tiny African market that's right on a street that I live near. And so I love their curry, so I stop in and get it. But you could just get curry from the grocery store. For me, part of the fun is adventuring out and going someplace and getting something special. And it lasts a while, so it's not like I don't know. Anyway, I'm weird that way. I really love grocery stores. Okay, so that's my curry. And then let me just double check on the measurements for the paprika. Half a teaspoon. This paprika is from Costa Rica. I haven't tried it yet, so I'm very excited. Don't worry, I'm gonna put this in a different dish. So I know I'm using my teeth on that, but it's kind of how I roll. What did I say? I said half a teaspoon, so I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of paprika. And this is where the flavors just start to, oh wow, that smells really, really good. Oh, that, I can't wait to try that. And then this is just like from the grocery store, just a little bit of paprika. So I'll just add a little bit of that as well. The color is so different, it's fascinating. Huh, I don't really understand that. Then I'm gonna do 3 cloves of garlic. I'm cheating today. And I am using already minced organic garlic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'm gonna put some of the salt. I'm using that African, this is crazy. I'm using all my really unique spices tonight. Some of these I've never used before. This is kind of fun. So I'm gonna do that. And then I think we're good. We're gonna saute that for 5 minutes. I think it's gonna be so delicious because the onions and the zucchini are gonna grab that curry flavor. It's really, oh, it's beautiful. See, this is, just gonna show that to you. Doesn't that look gorgeous? I mean, look at that. What? Okay, so 5 minutes, I'll be right back, and then we'll add the finishing touches, and that's it. Okay, the timer just went off, and while I was letting this saute for 5 minutes, I was looking at the directions, and you're supposed to put the curry and all that on after you saute it. This is why I don't bake, because you can't make mistakes like that. But I tasted the vegetables, and they're fine. So now I'm gonna add the chicken back in. And then I'm gonna add 14 ounces of coconut milk. I use unsweetened coconut milk. There's no reason to add any sugar to this recipe. It's not gonna enhance the flavor and you don't need it. Save your sugar for something else. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. Oh wow. I don't know why I haven't made curry before, that's crazy. Okay, so 14 ounces, which is almost 2 cups, but I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 cups. Or let's see, maybe I'll do 14 ounces and stick with the recipe. Again, this is why I don't bake. Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this to a boil. I'm gonna add tomatoes to it. I like just a, thing of organic. I think it calls for grape tomatoes. Grape tomatoes are great. I think cherry tomatoes also have a really beautiful flavor. I don't think it matters what tomato you use. You just want the size to be the important thing. So I'm gonna add that in. Do I do it? Let me check. Bring the chicken back to the pot, add coconut milk, bring to a boil, then reduce and simmer and cover. When do I add where do I add? Powder, paprika, salt, bring the chicken back to the pot, then reduce heat, cover chicken and tender 30 minutes. Oh, it's at the very last 5 minutes. So glad I looked at that. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and, this is coming to a boil. I'm gonna simmer this for 30 minutes. And the last 5 minutes, I'm gonna add the tomatoes. So I will see you in 30 minutes. Okay, welcome back. I just took the dog for a walk because I had 30 minutes to simmer, so that was perfect timing. Now I've got about 5 minutes left, so I'm going to go ahead and put the tomatoes into the curry. This looks really good. I'm just going to put the whole container in there, just stir that around. And while that's simmering for 5 more minutes, I'm going to go ahead and chop up the cilantro. This goes on the top of the recipe. If you do not like cilantro, because I have a lot of friends who don't care for the flavor, or it actually has a weird flavor in there. Like some people say it tastes like soap, or so if that's the case with you, then just omit the cilantro. I've talked about this before, but I put all the stems in one end and I just chop the top off. It's super fast. And then you still have all these stems left. But the top gives me plenty of cilantro to put on top of the curry. I'm just gonna chop this up. If you find a stem in it, just take it out. I don't worry too much about little stems, and I mean, I'm not on a chopped episode or something where that's gonna omit me from the contest. So I just chop up the stem, who cares? You know, people eat it, it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Okay, it looks really good. Shh, it's okay, Mike, moose. Okay, so cilantro is ready. Just gonna wait a couple more minutes for the curry to be done, and then we'll give it a taste. Okay, so I'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. It's been 5 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and take the lid off. And I just wanna see if it's not too hot. I can just show you how beautiful it is. It looks and smells so good. I wish you could be here to try it with me. Again, this is my first time making curry. I thought it was relatively easy. I mean, I know I messed up a couple steps, but it looks like it turned out okay. Okay, let's just take a scoop of this. A bit more chicken. I'm gonna take my cilantro and put that right on top. Isn't that a beautiful bowl? And then I think I'm gonna get a spoon, actually, so I can really get that broth in every bite. Wow, that is really good. Really, really good. Oh, I wish you could taste this. One of the things I might add to this would be like a little bit of some kind of nut, like peanut or I don't know, maybe even like almonds or pine nuts or something, just to get a little bit of crunch in it. But otherwise, I think this is just really fantastic. That was really good. Oh my goodness, so good. Yum. That is delicious. So this is, again, a recipe that I found in Dr. Kelly Brogan's book. This book is called A Mind of Your Own, but she also has a website that and you can go on YouTube. She has a lot of different recipes and different things you can find. Again, I'm not promoting any particular kind of meal plan for you or anything, but I just really love the idea of whole food and providing vegetables and meats and broth, and it's just a really good, like, home cooked good feeling. And curry is a spice that I'm going to use a lot more this year because it's really good for you and it's got such a neat flavor to it. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you like what you see, please press like, make a comment below if you have any questions. I really appreciate you joining the channel today, and I'm going to keep eating this because it's so good. So come on over and join me. I've got plenty. And I'm going to use, like I said, I'm going to put all this in ball jars and I'll have leftovers all week to eat. And when I go on the airplane, I'll have healthier food. So cheers. Really good. Yum. Thank you.